What's going on, everybody? What's going on tonight? What's everybody doing? Everybody gonna be chilling, partying? Be careful what you gonna do. Because statistically, somebody watching this is gonna get fucked up tonight and do some shit like that. They'll end up like that in some way, shape, or form. And this is not to hurt you, hell. If you can party hard, then I know I got friends. I hate it because they fucking party and it's like they just turn it on and off. But that's cool. We respect each other. But my whole thing is this is, I've talked to a lot of people over the years that's gone to little functions, whether it be in family events or Christmas fucking parties or weddings or, hell, even baby showers and getting hammered and showing their ass. Showing their ass. Whether their partner, husband, wife, whatever the case may be, sees a different side of them and they're like, who the fuck was that? Oh yeah, I'm sorry. I meant to tell you that when I drink a lot sometimes that I turn into like a wild, crazy demon from outer space, from way beyond Pluto. Yeah, very hateful and mean. Vulgar and very nasty with the language, especially around children. My bad. Won't happen again. And then that shit happens again. It does. And that's the society that we live in. This is a Newport, dude. This shit, I can taste it because I don't smoke. Man, I'm like buzzing just from holding it in my lips. Makes me want to go out there and burn one. Because, see, here's the deal. Let's say some of y'all might be, because, see, I'm mastering my shit. What if somebody right now is already thinking about a relapse? Remember, we have to talk about this. What's going on is if you're thinking about drinking, if you can handle it, fuck it, do it. But if you can't and you've been thinking about it, but you've been doing good by not drinking, you've already planted that thought, which is a seed, and you're going to act on that seed sooner or later. So the relapse begins prior to the relapse itself. So you could be watching this or some other shit and be like, that's it, fuck it, I ain't drinking. Because each time that we damage our brain, that shit becomes worse. After that was death. I don't even, but we all have a different journey. And we all have a psychic change that we have to go through. And we do. But let's say somebody's, thinking about it. So what do you have to do? Then you have to respond through action. You've got to trick the brain. You got to do something instead of pondering on that shit over and over. Because you might be driving by the damn bar and shit. Just driving by looking, driving by the damn favorite market or the whatever gas station it is, the Circle K. You watching that shit, seeing all that advertisement on the side of the damn thing with the beer with the shit flowing out looking so good. See, and that's my whole point is the society, it's like, damn, they don't want you to do good. Politicians voted on selling those fucking crack pipes in your gas stations and mine too around us. I'm serious. Meth pipes, crack pipes, shooters, snorters, tokers, what the fuck ever you can get it in there. So do you see though, when that's offered so prevalently and freely in society, then the crime for that shit's going to go up. Because they're going to put dope in it. That's what it's made for. And then they're going to get in trouble. Some of y'all might be fucking relapsing on that shit. Let's talk about that for a minute. So you going in the store, you're buying a lottery ticket, if you can buy one, that's good, $2 one. But, we're paying for some gas, and then you see that shit over there, and then you're starting to do this, and then you got the little shot glasses of alcohol there. So you dead ass wrong already. And a society designed for you to crumble, to collapse. So you've got to be fucking 10 times as strong as everybody else in there to master that shit eventually, to master it. But now we're looking at the stores. So now we've got that shit in there. It never should be. It should never fucking be in there. Children come in there and see that. Think about it. We didn't have that shit when we was growing up. We had Playboys and Hustler, and we'd be looking over there. I remember I'd be going, what's up? I see the girl's face. Well, what's behind all the black stuff covering her? And then you find some playboys in the woods and shit. You know, because not everybody's perverts and pedos like you are now. And you like see some boobs and it's like, oh, that's why. So curiosity. You know, so it's conditioning the children, and because they already see their family or parents or whoever going in there and buying that shit and smoking it. You know, people laugh because children have taken pipes to school and said, this is what my daddy or mommy does for career day on accident, thinking that it's real. And that shit's real, but it's designed for that shit to happen. And in our society, you can drink all you want, you drinkers. Y'all can have that shit, but we're gonna get rid. We're gonna allow you to brew your own shit. Yeah, brew your own or buy your buddies or some shit. But we're gonna grow a bunch of cannabis and hemp. Yeah, a bunch of that shit, and we're gonna make all kinds of furniture and fucking everything from hemp and cannabis: oil, rubs, foods, shampoos, soap, everything, gas, rubs. You know, hell, whatever it is. You know, because it actually helps you. That's the thing. Look into that tonight if you're thinking about relapsing. Look into the health benefit side of cannabis and hemp, because this land, prior to them making it illegal, we had it in our stores, pharmacies, if you will. Cannabis oil. Yeah, that was taken for everything. Everything. We were growing hemp and giving it to the government for our tax dollars. We were giving them hemp for the tax money, for what we owe for taxes, and they were taking it and using it and building fucking army shit out of it and clothes or whatever. And then they collapsed. It was all a big Ponzi scheme. And then eventually they said, oh, sorry, now it's illegal to grow it. We got what we wanted out of it. Now we've grown exponentially. Now we're going to lock you up, even though you've been growing that shit and it's from God. You know, so under our new dictatorship, because I'm a dick to the people who are lazy and who are fucking just stupid. Because see, if you're going into recovery trying to get better, listen, you've got to fucking put the work in. You've got to read and you got to talk to somebody about yourself and tell them how much of a piece of shit you are, you was, and you will be. You know, because that's where we are in life. And in this new communist society, it's fucking, you know, you're thinking our way. Yeah, you racists down there. Yeah, all of you. Everybody had slaves down there in the South. Rebel flags is terror of Satan. And it's like, God, listen, I have enough material from the heavy hitters, and there's all the evidence we need in this shit. And you can pull it off online of all these fucking dockets and stuff from these evidence and these hearings and everything and these witnesses that they had to go and interview, and people testified about all this shit that goes back to Rome, who created the fucking Civil War, and then who legalized slavery, the fucking Vatican. Get into looking into that shit. You'll never fucking drink. And then you'll find out that the Roman Empire is the ones behind the mass flux of alcohol, the shit like this. Bahama Mama. They're the ones that brought the pharmaceutical inquisition. This is Satan, if you believe in that. It's evil if you don't. They hate us. If you get into that kind of shit and look, you'll understand that they eradicated plants and what's natural. That actually helps you, because I know you've probably tried sobering up or getting better, clean off of whatever, and you've had to go to the doctor and they put you on pills. Pills do not help you. Pills actually are bad on your liver, and they are. Doesn't matter what those Satanists say. What you need to do is you need to get this book. This will keep you busy. It's called Facial Diagnosis of Cell Salt Deficiencies. You see it, get it. And in it, it's going to tell you about these cell salts, and it's going to tell you why you're going through your, you'll have to make sense out of it. But like potassium phosphate is in the brain. It's in the cerebrum. And those of y'all, you shake a lot, right? If you're trying to quit drinking, well, that's because the potassium phosphate, the gray matter, pia matter in your brain is deficient. And that causes a lot of shit, because your brain is the main one and it sends out everything. So when we're deficient of these 12 mineral salts, this will keep you busy too. Then you're going to be sick. You're going to have aches, cramps, and all this other shit. Headaches. Those are not, that's our living is what creates that. Anxiety. You know, you can go in there and find all this shit in there with it, anything. It cures everything. You don't have to ever take fucking medicine, but you got to start eating better. You got to start eating foods that are electric and magnetic and get onto this shit. You know, if we're consuming alcohol, it's a death, fermentation, and all that shit. It has no alkaline in it. Cannabis, hemp, you know, all this stuff that's natural, plants, vegetables, raw fruit or raw foods have alkaline. Spring water has alkaline. We don't have alkaline water in the stores. They give it to us in the bottles that are plastic. These people are Satanists. Get into this. Look at how they've made everything out of plastic and shit to poison the earth more. When there's 50,000, 100,000 things that you can make out of hemp and cannabis, containers, everything that you throw out there and it just biodegrade right back into the earth. It would be so cool. But you can get into shit like that. But I love you. I better not be getting no call later on tonight late.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. And here's another thing too. If you've got children, like you just heard, it's like think about them. I know it's hard thinking about them when we're obsessed with this shit, like, because we do so good and then our routine gets fucked with, you know, because I know if you're dealing with family and stuff, you know, the family's always going to look and be like, why can't you just do this with us? And it's like, you got to tell them, look, my life has changed. And if you can't see that and respect that, then our lives are separated. So we got to meet in the middle, because a lot of people in this era are there. I'm better than you. Yep. Even though I'm a Christian, I ain't going to listen to you. I'm better than you, because look at my success, my worldly success. You know, look at all my money that's for the Roman Empire. Look at my car that's got a name like Saturn. Look at my NASA sticker out there. I'm right. You know, and it's like, you're wrong. That's what the thing is you've got to keep digging. And once you dig to the center of yourself, like really dig deep and bring out everything in your entire fucking life, write it out. That shit will keep you so busy, but keep it to yourself. Write it out and look at it. And you're going to have a pattern to success in there that you'll be able to pull out. You'll be able to pull that pattern out. All of your fucking failures, you'll have to look at it. It's going to be a big puzzle, because your life is like a puzzle. You have to put the pieces back together, even though they never was, you know, because we were built from the beginning to crumble in the end and through life, period. To always have troubles and depression and alcoholism and separated families and all this other shit, divorces and pill addiction and food addiction and obesity and genetic diabetes, and all this was been forced on us. So now we have a big, busy job. It's not just, well, I'm going to stop drinking, but I'm going to keep poisoning myself in every which way but loose. It's not that. You've got to get out of that kind of thinking. If you can get into your head, because the way that God made alcohol for us is we don't drink it this way. We don't go out and grow and harvest the grapes and shit and crush them and whatever it is and make it, because that's a process. See, when you go through a process of doing something, you're going to have more appreciation out of it. And it's not going to be abused, because it's not everywhere meant to make money off of. And the more money they make off of it, then the more problems in society there's going to be, the more jails there's going to be, the more, you know, crimes, murders, DUIs, wild driving, split families, all this stuff, rape, molestation, all this stuff comes from a result of glorifying that. And you are hit with this. They look at you like you're fucking crazy, like you can't handle it, so you're just a dummy. Although they go along in a system designed to kill us, and they can't fucking see it, because their whole life has been controlled from day one, sort of like ours, with our trouble with, it's meant to be. When you finally realize that a majority of us are supposed to be alcoholics and addicts, okay, as a Ponzi scheme, then you can start to understand that it's a weapon against you. So you have to go to war and say, man, fuck this. I'm not going to let them win over me and keep allowing this shit to happen. Keep to yourself for a while, though. You know, create your own rehab. That's the whole thing, is if you've had some experience and some programs or whatever, apply that to your life. It doesn't matter if you didn't pay attention. You remember some of it, apply it. Devote each day to something. something and you will change. Read each day. Start out for 5 fucking minutes. That's it. 5 minutes, a minute. And after a week, do 10. But do it every fucking day. Read some scripture. If you hate God, go to Proverbs. Okay? There's 31 Proverbs. There's one in there for each day. And what I mean by that is, like, in February, there's 28 days. So in February, you're going to read one chapter each day. So in the 28th, you'll read the 28th chapter, okay, of Proverbs. And then like December, you're going to have 31 days. So you would read all 31 chapters in that month. But each month, you're going to read basically some hardcore stuff 12 times each year because of them chapters. Do you understand what I'm saying? And it's Proverbs it doesn't matter. I've seen the toughest of the toughest, okay, succumb to their badass instinct and finally read some shit and then finally break through the ice, break through the black goo of Saturn and shit that Lady Gaga's been out there fucking around with and goo and all that, and because they're changing society, and truthfully, listen to me. If you can get your shit together, because our job is to not depend on the pharmacies way down the road. You might be really out of shape and you need to right now, and I totally understand, but start setting a goal of getting the fuck off of that shit. Getting this book right here. There's another one, but I'm not going to go through it. Get that. Learn the mineral salts in that. Order the mineral salts when you have facial deficiencies. Learn the other ones, because it's whatever's deficient. You put the mineral salt in, it goes in and cures it. Headaches go away. These crow's feet and women's eyes that are older goes away. Skin tearing, there it is. Well, if you take that, then you don't go to the doctor. You don't get prescribed medicine. You don't have to go to the pharmacy, have insurance and all that. It's a scheme, dude. They make money off of us. And the more that they push the alcohol, crack pops, and all that shit in society, the more it is hard for you to get a grip on yourself. But instead of looking at it, damn, I can't control it. Look at it as it was meant to fucking kill me in the first place. And now I see it for what it is. And now I can see how blind those people are, and they've accepted the lie of the people that outlawed what saved my life. Look, I am the healthiest that I have ever been. I'll be 45 this year. Cannabis and hemp run through my system along with chia seeds, quinoa seeds, hemp seeds, flax seeds, red bell peppers, red onions, red cabbage, tuna every day. Okra, beets, sweet potatoes, avocados. Yeah. That's America. That's legal. This is badass outlawed. You're Satan, Matt. You're Satan. I have 150 books here I've acquired in this library that's across town in Texas. And it's like, it started with an AA book. Yeah. The 12 steps of AA. Which is in the churches too. Celebrate Recovery, which is you go through 12 grades. There's 12 constellations, 12 jurors. It's all because the thing is I could give you so much shit ideas to get going in a direction to where you'll never fucking stop to think about ever drinking again. I'm telling you, there's a whole nother world out there. Because just the thing is I always in the beginning, I'm like, as I told the doctors, I don't take medicines, never have in almost 7 years. And I told them, I said, you've tried that shit with me. It's not real. Even my spirit was like, it's not real. And they said, you're going to relapse. You're going to fall. And I was like, I'd rather die trying it on my own with God than fucking put my life in y'all's hands. And that's the thing is we depend, even the people that make fun of you if you're an alcoholic depend on the pharmacy to keep them alive. And that's the deal. What if it shuts down? They die. Yeah. in a lot of fear and anxiety with no resources or nothing, because then they'll die of the symptoms that they created themselves through selfish, righteous living, through modified foods, pills, alcohol, whatever. But they can control it. But that's legal. But you understand they're in a lot of trouble. Not as much as you and I. It's just you have to get into the brain the cell salt Kelly Foss if you're shaking and stuff, potassium phosphate. It's Kelly Foss. You've got to get it in there if you're shaking. Started making sense to me, and I was like, that's why they don't have none of that shit in rehabs. Man, if I could get the money and open up a rehab, it would be the fucking naturalist rehab. There'd be no medicine, because the medicine's from the earth. It's from God. These families I know with money, I'm like, because I know people that's like, here's fucking $50,000. Just take them for a year. Yeah, that's how bad it is for people. People have money out there, and people that don't have money are willing to give that kind of money. And it's like, but I've always told people the vision is we ain't doing what they do. I have the experience to say, fuck that. It's all controlled by the Roman Empire. It's all about money. The more you're connected, working outside and eating from the earth, drinking the alkaline water from outside, the more you never get sick. Well, the Roman Empire, which controls this land and this government, it gives us all these poisons out here. It created heat and air, created all these fucking things to make us lazy, put us inside. And, now it's like, don't sweat. We're designed to read. We have to exercise the mind through reading as much as we have to exercise the body through exercising each day. And each day that goes by, addicts and alcoholics wonder why they can't get better. Well, you've just stopped drinking or using. You still eat like shit. You watch shit on TV. You don't do nothing. That's the whole thing. And they don't say shit about it. Some people are like, well, change your lifestyle up. And it's like, I'm telling you, get on the mineral salts. I'm telling you, read that. Get involved. Find out about yourself. Do an inventory and make that shit happen. Because you're not promised tomorrow. At least go to the other side if you do die anytime soon. Hopefully none of us do, but we will. That we at least went out of here trying, And if you keep falling down, all you can do is just keep getting back up. All right? I love you.